Welcome to CineQuest Video.
Welcome to CineQuest Video, the podcast that delves deep into those VHS classics to the modern day format and beyond. Today we are going to be talking about This is part one of the John Carpenter Apocalypse Trilogy, and we're going to be talking about the movie The Thing, 1982. Hold for trailer.
Found something.
12 men have just discovered something.
Don't listen to Gary. He can be one of those things.
Okay, so I'm your host, Ray, and we have in studio, just commenting, has not seen the movie
that I can remember.
that he can remember.
Bryan.
Really?
And then we also have in San Antonio, Roland.
Oh, this is Roland.
And then in Washington,
This is Daniel.
Daniel. And then we have returning Criterion head hostess, Idanya.
Hostess with the mostest, Idanya, coming to you from Denton.
Showtime.
And we also have Ron joining us again. Welcome back, Ron.
Yo, what's up?
Okay, so again, today we're going to be talking about the movie The Thing, which is the first part of the Apocalypse Trilogy. Is anyone familiar with the Apocalypse Trilogy prior to this podcast?
No.
Not really.
I
mean,
honestly didn't even know it was a trilogy, dude.
I just thought it was bullshit someone was trying to
I had
sell.
not seen two of the three movies, so yeah, I was not aware of a trilogy.
No.
All right. It's Ron. Were you familiar with it?
Nah, I've only seen The Thing. I knew that there was like a trilogy, but I'd never seen the other two. Or I knew that it's a trilogy, but I guess it's a legit one.
Okay, well, it's kind of like a loose trilogy. I mean, the stories necessarily don't connect other than by a theme, and that is the apocalypse, the end of things, according to John Carpenter. And it's unfortunate Bryce isn't here because he's the one who has been fighting me on this term Apocalypse Trilogy since I mentioned us doing this podcast. But he's not here to state his case, and I'm pretty sure he's just going to be like, Ray, you're full of shit, blah, blah, blah. I wish I'd recorded him prior. And
okay,
Damn
well,
it. Why
yeah.
can't he make it? Damn.
Oh, he's working.
Well, because life. And I have some thoughts on why these three movies are actually connected, even though they are very disparate. The first off, I'm going to talk about the protagonist. They're generally level-headed, but they are driven to madness or hopelessness. So you have the thing with McCready and Childs not knowing, like, because I think that there's a spoiler alert at the end of the movie.
Oh, shit.
I think there's a thing where it's like, shit, you might be the thing.
Right, yeah.
I don't know. So you have that. Then you have the dude from Prince of Darkness reaching back into like the Mirrorverse, as I'm calling it.
Yeah.
And then you have the fraud investigator laughing his ass off at the end of Into the Mouth of Madness.
Oh, yeah.
Where he just cracks. So I think all three movies are linked to that.
Yeah, I mean, they're all like linked by like towards the end of the movie.
Like cosmic horror.
Yeah, they have like a theme of cosmic horror. There's like Daniel, you said, hopelessness, and basically there's no good ending to any of these, or at least you don't think,
and all three movies.
there's no good turn at all.
I think they're all happy endings. If you ask me.
Well, all three
according to
movies
you,
give
Roland,
the viewer, I think, a sense of like victory.
I
But
clapped.
then it strips it away like rapidly, so they're all like dark victories in a sense.
Yeah.
victories for the Dark Lord, sure.
Well, because the inevitable still happens, but these people come to terms with it in their own ways, like the main characters, as it were, whether it's McCready or fucking dinosaur guy. I can't remember his fucking name. That's the same guy, right? From
Sam Neill.
Mouth of Madness. Like, he was, yeah. Okay, Sam
Yeah.
Neill. There you go.
Yeah.
From Event Horizon.
Okay, so other links. I sorry guys, I wrote a bit this morning because I was fucking drunk.
That's time to
So
rest.
early in the morning.
Well, I work nights now, so like
Balance. No, that's all good.
Gotta get my drinking in sometime.
Yep.
All three movies have the evil or the presence or whatever. It's transferred to humans physically. Like there's contact involved. Like there's a tangible connection between like the other and the known, which I think is kind of nifty. Whether it's spitting water at fucking people's mouths when you shock them enough that they go, "Oh, I'm surprised. Oh, there's now water in my mouth, and now I'm a vessel of the devil, which is actually an alien from another dimension." No, yeah, whatever. But speaking of the unknown, like all of them deal with the unknown. You have aliens, you have the devil, you have the old ones, which I think Sutter Kane actually referred to like the beasties in the Mouth of Madness as like the old ones at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, like they're like Roland hit it, I think, on the head earlier, saying like, you know, like they're Lovecraftian,
Right. Loosely based. Yeah.
and all three movies involve the incorporation, then alteration of the host. Like they're all humans being modified in some way, whether in perfect form or in realized form for a crazy interdimensional ritual. And yeah, have you seen all of these, Idanya?
I've only seen Into the Mouth of Madness.
Okay,
Yeah.
word.
So you haven't checked out the thing yet?
I've only seen the thing.
No, and the thing too, of course.
Oh,
I
my
mean, come
bad.
on, that's why I'm here. I'm not just gonna commentate.
And also, all three of the monsters, or all three like have the monsters when they are interacting with the protagonist, they assume this perfect human form.
Right. Well,
Like in the Mouth of Madness, you have like the old lady with like the fucking, you know, her husband like
Oh my
chained
God,
up to her or
yes.
whatever, you know. But
you have the alien
Into the Mouth of
assimilating
Madness
everybody.
is really wild. Honestly.
oh, dude, I
haven't
watched
seen
it.
it in such a
I
long
watched it. Well,
time.
I guess let's see. I'm thinking like time wise. I guess
Fuck.
26, 27 hours ago or so. For the first time, and I loved it. So like, I can't wait till we get into the series where we talk about that movie in particular,
Yes.
because that shit, I just
Same
went,
here.
wow. Yeah.
It is a very
I do-
underrated movie.
Yeah, it really is. And I do agree that how you say, you know, like in a sense, it's like there's some sort of achievement in the end, but it's not really like what you would say is something optimistic or something to be positive about. The same thing goes for
Yeah,
the thing
it's like
and Into the Mouth of
acquiescence in
Madness.
some ways.
Yeah.
Or actually,
Exactly.
I would say for like In the Mouth of Madness and The Thing, it's totally acquiescence. And then Prince of Darkness, you have this yearning still. I mean, that chick must have had just like the most like bomb ass pussy that guy has ever had.
Whoa,
Because he's just
spoiler
like, I'm
alert.
gonna go into the next dimension to try to get that shit
Spoiler
again, to try to
alert.
hit that. Well,
Spoilers,
I mean,
yes.
like,
So,
it's not
like-
really a spoiler because like 3.5 people sometimes listen to us. So like, what are we really ruining?
Is it referred to like as a Pyrrhic
You ruined
victory,
it
or is
for
that a
me.
look only in the thing?
Repeat
that's
that.
something
I
happens.
think that the Dark Victory is where
Like it's essentially a defeat, but like it's a victory.
but
that's-
it does tie into Prince of Darkness as well. I think
That's-
I think that is present. Like when we get to that movie, we'll talk about it probably more in depth. But I think like the kind of or maybe
well, it's a victory
the
that's
sleeper
punctuated by
agent
devastating
victory.
loss,
yeah.
mostly.
But that's not so much the case in Mouth of Madness,
Yeah,
because
okay.
the dude is already in the gig. He's already in the
Yeah.
game. Like he knows what's up at that point when he watches the movie and he loses his shit. So
Okay.
like he was already at the point where he was like, things are fucked. Like
Yeah.
this new reality
knew.
is going to crush upon us and we're done basically. Ha ha ha. And now we get to watch it. Isn't that great? You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
But maybe we
before
should
we
go
go
to the
like
thing.
any further into the other movies, I know you're all very excited about this trilogy, and I'm glad about that. I appreciate everyone's enthusiasm about it because I personally can't wait to talk about
I'm
the other
so
two movies. You know?
excited.
I want
mostly wanted
to
to
get
ask
through
about
just a quick definition of Apocalypse. Again, just the theme recurring in these movies. It says the complete and final destruction of the world, an event involving destruction or damage on an awesome or catastrophic scale, and that kind of is not it's not something you see necessarily, but it's implied with the ending of these movies, because they don't show like a destruction of the world, but you know it's coming.
May I say something
Oh,
regarding the
absolutely.
apocalypse?
And
Hold on. Go ahead, Bryan.
You know, everyone talks about the apocalypse being the complete destruction of the world, but it's actually also the complete rebirth of the world.
well, yeah,
In biblical
because,
terms, yes.
Brian,
Well,
to,
no,
like,
I mean,
try to, like,
even
to-
if it's
no,
destroyed, something carries on.
Oh, eventually, yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean,
something new and exciting.
Most of us
like,
probably won't be around to see
narratives.
that.
I think that.
Well, I'm an optimist.
I mean, how is the Postman ever gonna like happen if like a lot of people don't die?
Oh, no one said anything about a lot of
How
people
is
not
Kevin
dying.
Costner gonna like? How is he gonna save the day?
It's the
or
culling.
like, how does Waterworld happen if you don't have a bunch of people die in an apocalyptic setting? You know. And how do you feel the dreams happen if you don't, build it so they come?
And let me give a quick
Robin Hood.
definition of what a trilogy is. Most of us are familiar with
Bringing the
what
cringe
trilogies
early
are.
on here, aren't we?
Well, I heard that
Yeah,
trilogies
I'm
originally
familiar,
contained
of
3
course.
films, but now my understanding is it's 9.
No.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's one
Mind
trilogy.
Yes.
Roland or Daniel, are you on the actual document?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Can you,
actually, yeah.
Daniel? Can you read
Just
what
bring it
the quote unquote definition of a trilogy is?
Oh, absolutely. A trilogy. Just kidding. Sorry, it's been day drinking, so I got to compose myself real quick. And,
No, you don't. Just go with it. Hyperventilate.
brown low, or was it brown cow? Down low. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a trilogy is a set of 3 works of art that are connected and that can be seen as either a single work or as 3 individual works. They are commonly found in literature, film, and in video games, and are less common in other art forms. Wow, video games as art forms, Ray? Where did you get that definition?
From the internet. Hello. You think I wrote this? I don't think so.
Yes.
And
I did not.
Well, did you
Roland,
ever see part 2 and part 3 of The Last Supper? Nowhere near as impressive as the first one.
Oh yeah, of course. That first one had a pretty sweet
Is
ending.
there anything like
Right.
yeah.
I mean, where do you think they got the premise for Terminator Genesis and Dark
Passion
Fate
of
as
the
well?
Christ too.
Jesus Christ came back
let's
as
not
a woman.
let's not start with Genesis because
I
that
thought
movie
we
could have
like
been perfect.
Yeah.
You want to know how it would have been perfect? Sorry, we're going to be on like SinQuest, Terminator Genesis for a sec.
If they'd never made it.
Well,
Which one's
time
that?
travel would have helped that. But
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
of time travel, the way they could have just ended the whole fucking series is just end it with fucking sending John Connor back in time, or not John Connor, but like what's his daddy's name?
Reese.
The robot.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Reese. Yeah, send
Kyle
Reese back in
It's Kyle
time
Reese, yeah.
at the end of Genesis.
I was gonna say Reese
And you
Witherspoon.
fucking close the loop, man. And then you don't have any more shitty Terminator movies to disappoint us all.
Right. Just folds in on itself and it never was. That would be cool.
That's a perfect ending to the Terminator. Duo?
I mean,
Is it
to
double?
like
would have been
to the
perfect.
sequels
I don't
or
even know.
whatever.
But then the last one
I
had
went to the
Mackenzie
midnight
Davis.
premiere
So
with that with my buddy, with EJ,
Yeah.
whom some of you guys met. And
That sucks.
yeah, actually, speaking of sucks, at the end of the movie, after the credits roll and shit, because like everyone stayed around, EJ proclaimed at the top of his lungs, "That sucked." And there was, like,
Was this at the end of
it
Genesis?
was fucking perfect. What's up?
This was at the end of Genesis.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny, dude.
You know, I
picture
felt. Speaking of Genesis, I felt kind of bad for Matt Smith because he's gone through some shitty roles since being the
And I
Fantastic
think
Doctor.
he's
you
going
know?
through more.
He's going through what?
He's still going through more.
You know,
he's still going
Matt
through more
Smith was
shitty
supposed to have
roles.
an amazing role, guys, actually, in the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
He was supposed to be the big bad.
something like
Who,
that.
Matt Smith?
Right?
No. Yeah. Because they were going to have him play the son of the Grand Inquisitor from Star Wars Rebels, which was a CGI series they did a few years ago. But basically, Jedi killed his pops, and so he was going to be like the big bad. So it was going to tie like fucking this CGI show that is canon into like the new trilogy. It was going to be really cool. And then they fired Colin Trevorrow for whatever reasons, if that's his name. Colin Tre something. It's foreign to me. It's like tomorrow, but like.
I mean, the last thing I saw Matt Smith have a cameo in is Morbius, which actually doesn't look that bad.
That might be cool.
It might be. Yeah, he's got. Sorry, what was that, dude?
That's not going to be good. Morbius.
I don't like. I do not like Jared Leto. I'll say that right fucking now.
Jared Leto's probably the only
Wow,
good thing
controversial
about it.
statement there.
I don't know about that shit.
It's not going to be good. They like. I have a feeling they showed the
All the best parts of the fucking
Yeah, they jumped the shark with the
Like
trailer.
always?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Actually,
probably.
at the end of the movie.
you know the way that like, is it Sony that's doing this one
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
The way Sony should just do their movies, because the same thing happens with
Sony
Spider-Man. They
shippers.
should just like put all the money into the trailer and then just not release a movie. So like, oh, here's the plot line of the Sony like Marvel
a short
universe
film?
right now. Yeah, just
That
show the
would be
trailer.
awesome, actually.
Okay, cool. We understand. Cool. Next one.
Right. I like that idea.
They wouldn't
Save
make
me the
money
hassle.
or very much money, but
I mean, it would take them a while, but eventually they'd recoup. Maybe they could have like a box set of just fucking short films over like the past 10 years or whatever the fuck. That'll work.
yeah, you could watch the entire like, you know, and think of the like the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You could watch
that
all
whole fucking
the
thing in like 15
Spider-Mans
minutes.
and like all the Venoms and yeah. In like half an hour.
All the Moon Kniggets. Who's
And like
supposed to be, like,
Morbius
the
will
next
play
big
in the
bad.
credits.
Wouldn't it be
Oh.
cool if he just played in Oregon?
Okay, so we're back to the thing now.
Wait, no,
I mean,
we're not done with that last tangent yet. No, let's get on the thing, I guess.
Okay, so just a quick synopsis of The Thing. The Thing is a 1982 American science fiction and horror film directed by, obviously, John Carpenter and written by Bill Lancaster. And it is based on the John W. Campbell Jr. novella, Who Goes There? And again, this is The Thing is technically a remake of The Thing from Outer Space.
It's a junior novella?
No, it's not junior. No.
That's pretty
No,
intense.
it's
Wait,
not.
what?
That's the guy's name, John W. Campbell Jr.
No. You said it was a junior novella, though?
No, it's
Yeah,
not. It's just a
that's what
regular
I
novella.
heard.
That's the name of the guy, John W. Campbell Jr.
Okay, so
novella.
I'm
It's
not
based
tripping, right? You
on
heard a
the
junior in front of that
novella.
too, right?
I heard
Bye.
that, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Or maybe
cool.
He died in
both of us are tripping
1971.
and everybody's sober, though.
Is that
What was
like a
that?
thing? I don't understand.
John W. Campbell Jr. died in 1971.
So he didn't live to see the remake. Huh?
No, he didn't.
No, unfortunate.
He was
what do
active
you-
from 1937.
His Force Ghost was there, I'm sure.
What is what are you like? What were you guys busting out about junior novella or whatever?
No. It's because the. God damn, you're still on that shit.
God damn it, Roland. Way to detract us again, but like,
It's not a junior
Hey.
novella. The guy's name is John W. Campbell Jr.
No. I know. Okay, look, I understand that, but I'm trying to understand why Idanya and Daniel were like all upon sort of asking that. Does that refer to something else,
Because
or
we both heard
no,
it, and I guess we were
fucked
both
up.
tripping.
Like,
Okay.
because the guy
No,
last
I
name, guy's
thought you were
like,
just literally
he's
thinking of
junior,
someone else.
right? And then
That-
right after junior, Ray like put novella a few words after that, and
Okay.
Adania
Was
and
actually
I
the
are
next one.
apparently in altered mind
It's a
states.
punctuation mistake.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I just thought it was
Totally.
something interesting, but my bad.
Yeah, we
I-
didn't know the comma was there. That's all I'm saying.
I got a crazy,
Yeah.
interesting fact about John W. Campbell
Please
Jr.
go ahead.
He attended MIT, and he got his bachelor's degree from Duke University in physics.
No shit.
No shit.
Duque.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Did he write any other
Dookie.
stories?
You know, I I'm sure he did.
Okay.
Did your rectangle that you looked that up on?
Yes, he did. He wrote several novels. The rectangle. He wrote quite a bit and edited as well.
Oh, awesome. And going back to the thing, it tells the story of a group of American researchers in Antarctica who encounter the Thing, or a parasitic extraterrestrial life form that assimilates, then imitates other organisms. And the group is overcome by paranoia and conflict as they learn that they can no longer trust each other, and that any one of them could be the Thing. And the film stars Kurt Russell.
That's one thing that's that's kind of the theme that holds these movies together, is that distrust and paranoia. Right. Definitely in place just like in real life. The Thing and in the Mouth of Madness, but not so much in Prince of Darkness, because it seemed like everyone was like, this crazy stuff is happening and somebody's missing. That's not weird, like.
Is anyone familiar with like the other people that come out in there? I mean, we said we have Kurt Russell, we have Keith David, who also comes out in They Live with Roddy Piper.
Diabetes.
Rest in peace.
Yes, dude.
Diabetes.
I was actually questioning why They Live was part of the trilogy. I was like, They Live would be great, it's part of the trilogy instead of, one of the other ones. But then I just don't know which one I would kick off. But
nah, dude, we need Kurt Russell in each one. In the subsequent movies, like Kurt Russell shows the last minute, like, here, kid, this is what you need, and hands him like a holy relic or some bullshit, just
the holy relic known as like sunglasses.
Exactly.
No, with the goggles, which I'm sure Roland approved of.
I mean,
speaking of goggles, did y'all notice in the first time that Kurt Russell puts on his goggles when he leaves his little shack to see the chopper trying to shoot the puppy down? A strand of his beard gets caught in the lens. Or a lens strap or whatever. This line of hair connecting his chin and eye area.
Yeah, I did see that.
It was super distracting when I noticed that. And I've watched the Thing 3 times now in the last week. And it's just every time it's like a sore thumb now.
I did like those fucking wraparound glasses of his, but yeah.
Goggles, you mean?
Yeah.
Which are within about.
I'm surprised, Roland. I mean, you wear goggles all the time,
now.
so you wouldn't know the difference.
That's
they're
true.
over there on the couch, all right?
Yeah,
you should be wearing them right now. Doesn't matter if we can see it or not. You should be wearing the goggles.
Yeah, see, he wears the goggles to blank out the snow. And if you're looking at the Google Docs page, it's pretty white, Roland. You protect your eyes. Get the goggles up.
You're right. I don't want to strain myself here. It'd be best with viewed with a filter. Yeah, thanks.
Roland, I need you to get in character. I don't give a fuck if you're just sitting by yourself in the apartment.
With a bottle of J&B, goddammit.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Which, Ray, you dig that
Go
scotch,
full
actually, right?
Cyber god.
Yes, very much so.
It's the good stuff, yeah.
I usually drink that when we're doing Valley
Stream. I don't know if I've ever had J&B, and J&B is not a sponsor of us, but we'll talk about many products and hey,
I mean,
sponsor
nice.
people out there. If you hear your or advertisers or agents, if you hear your product name being mentioned on our program,
we'll drink it if you send it to us.
Hey, maybe make a connection,
That's right.
That's my DMs.
No one mentioned Clorox.
I will suck some corporate dick for this program.
Hey,
you heard it here first. You heard it here first, guys. One of us is willing to suck some dick for some of those corporate products.
Not someone, me. I will fucking get after it, man. If Moquist can succeed, man, I believe in this so much, I will yeah.
You know what, Daniel? I mean.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Since you're gonna suck dick, at least I'll sit there and watch while you suck dick. That helps.
Well, it's not a matter of whether it helps Daniel. It's a matter of whether it helps the corporations. If the corporation's into watchers, they're gonna need you.
Yeah, right. We need people that.
We should get Domino's. so that you guys could do the whole pizza guy.
Well, the Papa John's guy is on the verge of like killing people. So
that guy, I used to be that guy. So like we could actually like dual cast that role as me and just like shoot it right. So it's like,
wait, but he used to be which guy? The one sucking dick or the one, delivering pizza?
Porque no los dos? But no,
we're open to it all.
The pizza guy. I used to work for Domino's, man. Like Ray and I connected early on because we were both like
delivery guys,
slingers of the pizza.
Multi-talented.
Pizza slingers.
Yeah. Slangers,
Yeah.
Slangers, like
slangers of the pepperoni.
Oh my god, this brings back memories of that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles porn. Oh, that was so wonderful.
Oh, I forgot.
April O'Neil's provided me a lot of entertainment since then. That's all I'm saying.
You think there's some thing porn going on that we could have?
I'm sure it's a cartoon.
We're about to find out, actually. Because
that's a good
for
question.
my pornage, I use Firefox instead of Google Chrome, which I use for everything else. So let me pull that real quick and see if there's some thing parody porn. Unless Roland's already on it.
Speaking of
you gotta be careful.
Porn,
you
like,
might get into some
for
Fantastic Four stuff there.
Oh God. No, for some reason I felt like the thing, like every time the thing would transform or like assimilate the body, it looked like honey barbecue chicken wings.
I think you're just hungry.
So,
like, I don't know, like every single time it would
everything was
assimilate,
covered in barbecue sauce. Yeah,
exactly right. Okay, so I guess I'm not.
I was
okay. All right, guys.
Wings,
so we're gonna play a segment. I guess a new game of. When you're looking for a porn parody, these are the things you get.
So let's see, 3, 6. The 10th one on the search history is 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
The things teachers go through.
Let's see. There's the 33rd AVN Awards, Ron Jeremy, 30 Rock, a XXX parody.
All the things she said.
On the definition of pornography itself.
That's a song by
porn.
Simple Man.
Sexy granny with big boobs doing her thing.
Wait, what?
Hip amputee doing things.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Get into some amputee stuff there.
The things Miss Chloe does.
Some very niche interests.
Miss Chloe, is she like a psychic?
Let's see. Hustler Magazine, X-Biz, a Serbian film. What?
That Serbian film.
There we go.
What the fuck is that?
That's a classic film.
That's going to be a good one.
Big black cock worship.
Wikipedia, you complete me.
Things I jack off to. Big bubble butt.
Okay, you've
Tracy
gone too
Lords
far.
is on here. That was right after 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
I like to put random things in my tight pussy.
I found a... Holy shit.
Is this how these episodes always go? Because this is my first one,
Salem's Playthings. That's what the occult, I guess. That's cool.
Man, I missed that.
That's for Valley Strange, guys.
Let's see.
My slim thing with the good pussy. I think I'll end it there. That's pretty good.
All right, so
Wikipedia is just listing.
What was the name of that game,
on
Daniel,
right now.
that you just said right now?
When you're looking at porn parodies and what you really get on Pornhub.
Oh,
something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I wonder what Prince of Darkness and In the Mouth of Madness is gonna like result in when we do those.
And we return to our regularly scheduled program.
Oh yes.
Oh, I thought we were on the right scheduled program. I thought we just like.
What are you talking about? It's in the outline. Look right here.
That's gonna be part of the format now. Porn parody search at some point during the episode.
It's gonna be a special.
There you go. Thank you for adding it already. I can just copy and paste that next time. And you misspelled parody. Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's because I tried to help and I typoed.
And please put it in bullet form. I want it more professional looking.
You got it, boss.
Okay, so let's see here. We have we're gonna go through our little budget of the movie. It's they had $15 million. They spent $1.5 million on special effects, which are basically, I mean, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure most everyone else's, some of the best special effects.
They're amazing. Still
in a movie.
I mean, like out of all the movies I've watched, this is the one that I like remember the best for its special effects.
Yeah,
the practical effects, right?
It's not Blade.
I think for its time, being set in the 80s, especially in the age of like B horror movies, when you have like Evil Dead, and you also have Cronenberg working and stuff. The quality of this one in comparison to like maybe
Alien,
maybe like another. You get what?
Like
Alien.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I think the graphics on this one were really, really nice. The special effects. And
the only thing I
everything.
was like irritated with is like I guess Jamie had an old VHS copy that he like ported over to video, like, but it was just trash quality. But still, like, but what was cool though is like the last time I watched it was like over 10 years ago or some shit. But I watched it at like a nice DVD quality, so like I remember like the goodness of the graphics. I just didn't remember like the fucking plot and shit, so like it was.
Yeah, you were too mesmerized by the special effects and.
No, it was just revisiting and going like, oh yeah, this was amazing, and even though like Jamie like provided us with trash, like this works,
Hey, at least it wasn't 4K where we all couldn't watch it,
You want me to bring Jamie
on the beard being stuck on the goggles.
And I saw that in like 480p, so like imagine a 1080p copy.
Oh god, that would kill you.
Fuck yeah.
I'd be like, that J&B bottle's expired. He should have died.
You'd be counting the fucking follicles on his beard.
Ron, what did you think of the special effects in this movie?
The special effects are great. The practical effects are awesome. Like as everyone said, I mean, 80s, it looks great.
Do you guys have like a favorite out of the ones that were there? Like, was it? Which one did you enjoy the most? Yeah,
the one where his hands look like honey barbecue chicken wings before they incinerate him, and like they all form a circle around him. But I thought the hands, they really look like chicken wings.
Oh yeah, when they're outside and he like looks at them and screams,
and he goes,
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the scene where he's giving the guy he's using the defibrillator?
I think
defibrillators? Is that what they're called?
No,
defibrillators.
That is my
guy
favorite
looks like
scene.
Jamie.
Is it Bennings?
So I dreamcasted part of the roles in this movie, and Jamie is that guy with the like red beard and like balding and shit who gets shot early on because Jamie has fascinating guns. I think it would be fucking poetic justice if he got shot in this scenario. So that's who Jamie is.
He's also got a red beard in his
the guy at the beginning of the movie. The Norwegian guy at the beginning of the movie gets shot. Okay, because I thought that was funny.
The guy who has the fucking chicken wing hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Roland, you're the radio operator guy.
Oh, come on.
Is it
Why do
Windows?
I have to be that pussy?
Because you always make excuses for not doing stuff. It's like, man, I've been trying for 2 weeks. Just no one's been talking on this continent. It's like, it sounds so much like your bullshit.
God damn it. Why can't I be one of the potheads or like anybody but him? Well, you know what? No, I take that back.
Well, because wait, wasn't what? Oh no! And so I think that Ray,
Daniel, which black guy am I?
You're the cook.
Actually, no. Actually, for the black guys, I thought Roland was gonna be the roller skating guy initially.
Really?
Ray, you would definitely be Childs.
No, probably.
I just take y'all's word for it.
Ray
then.
would be a fucking
Ray's not
Briar.
aggressive enough for that.
No, Ray's Briar, man, because because Ray is like a total pragmatist, because like Briar was trying to like destroy all the like communication shit. I think because he wasn't infected quite yet, but he knew the danger of the shit going on. So he was like, let me cause a blackout and fuck up the chopper so you fuckers can't get out.
So Ray gets to kick my ass? That's bullshit.
That's exactly how it would go down in real life.
Fuck that. That is so weak.
I'm surprised it hasn't gone down
on
already.
Ray every day, Roland. I don't care how much you've worked out. I got $10 on Ray.
But my gains. Also, fuck off.
Roland, you got like a half inch on me, man. Like, I'll still fuck you up.
A towering half inch over you.
That's right.
Okay, so I guess any more favorite
it's
scenes
cool
in this
hanging
movie?
out with Roland and Ray, because it feels like I'm hanging out with like fucking Ewoks and shit.
Well, Chewbacca, you know.
Wait, what does that make me?
You're an Ewok too.
I don't know.
Nah, you're a Jawa, Brian, because you're like an engineer dude. Like,
there we go.
Always in a scrapyard building shit. Like,
that's me.
OTV. No. What?
Again, anyone else have any favorite scenes in this movie?
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Before we go, I'm gonna go down. I'll go down the line so we can all just explain ourselves. And okay, I'll go with Roland first. Do you have a favorite scene in this movie?
I mean, you mentioned it earlier, but I'm like I couldn't really decide between two. The first one is when the doctor's above the guy on the operating table, and he's got the defibrillators.
Yeah.
And as he's about to give him the second zap, like his hands go through his stomach, and the guy's stomach turns into a mouth with teeth and bites off his arm. I thought that was the coolest thing when I saw it as a kid. I was like, wow, this is awesome.
You know, they casted like an armless guy that missing two arms for that.
What?
Oh, really?
Flailing his. Yeah, he's wearing a mask of the actor's face, and it's just for like a second, and he's like flailing his arms around, but it's like an amputee. Like guys missing both his arms.
Now that is practical.
So
how they did it, yeah. It looks so good too.
Yeah.
Oh,
the other scene I like or part is, I guess it's within that same scene actually. It's when the guy's head falls off and sprouts like spider legs,
yeah,
snail eyes or whatever. Like I loved that, and because I laughed my ass off, like when they're standing there and you see it like skitter behind him.
Yeah,
off
they turn around and like,
it
are you
just stands
fucking
at the door? They're like, yeah. It was so funny, dude.
It's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Which is a direct quote from the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I love that. It was so funny, dude.
Somebody else favorite scenes?
Idanya, you have a favorite scene?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I do actually. One of my favorite scenes would definitely be the one where the dogs are all in, the kennel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then the whole transformation scene from that dog that they rescued.
Dude, that looks so fucking ill.
That was crazy. Like its face split apart and like its skull fell out.
That's actually my favorite fucking like permutation of like the alien mixing with like human forms.
It looked like a Demogorgon from like Stranger Things, too.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
True. The second where it's the mouth opens up the second time before they
the mouth.
It's like it's a bunch of dogs' tongues. Like and that's
Oh,
that looked great.
It's ill, man. Like awesome. The dogs look the best, I think. Like
the dogs knew, like they had this feeling, like from the very get go.
Yeah,
like there's like something's not right. What the fuck?
Yeah,
like
it's just like, who the fuck did they bring in here? And the mistrust begins.
And it's super funny, like because like how it's the dog that they get in the beginning of the movie. You see like the helicopter flying around, and the guy just randomly starts shooting at the dog. Like, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah.
Then he shoots Jamie.
Yeah.
And then he shoots.
Then he gets popped in the eye by
they
Bryan.
Shoot him right through the fucking head.
I think Bryan is fucking that
sheriff dude or whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah,
Palmer?
What was his name? No, not Palmer. Palmer was amazing. Palmer was a cool character.
Who was he?
The guy in khaki and
Gary.
The pistol. Yeah, Gary. Yeah,
Gary. Yeah.
That's Bryan all over, man.
Right on.
Yeah.
I will say, I do notice
Bryan,
there's a lot of lack of females.
Yeah,
There's,
I was so like that's the first thing I noticed.
Which is why I
like,
want to talk about the
like,
2011 version actually,
like,
because it's like
lame.
then they totally made up for the 1982 version in 2011 by making the chick the like protagonist, making her the Kurt Russell kind of.
Which
kind of.
It is supposed to be considered a prequel to the 1982 movie.
Which I don't understand.
I don't get it either. Like I when I first saw it, I didn't realize that. I mean, I just read about it and I was like, I didn't come across like at all. So
it's the Norwegian team.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Norwegian team.
Yeah.
Original movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which they mention. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they visit the leftover the camp that was, or I guess the other base that was destroyed.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's like, are there two teams investigating this at the same time? One with like way better technology.
Redundancy is the key to
separated
success.
by like 30 years. That's curious, guys. Like, I don't buy this prequel bullshit whatsoever.
Ron, did you have a favorite scene in this movie?
Yeah, I really like the blood testing scene. I think that's.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Your seat the whole time. It's probably like one of the best jump scares I've seen. This
Oh yeah.
a handful of times, and I jump every time he fucking tests the blood in that.
And you always know, like, but it's like fuck. It makes me jump too, man. I feel it.
I loved that scene because like when the guy starts wigging out, like the other two dudes that are there like strapped to the chairs and they're like fucking get us fuck out of here, like they're just freaking out, like trying to get out of the road.
And then the fucking like eats the dude's head.
And then it picks him. Okay, so like I get my face bit off and like flung around and shit.
It turns on fire. That then it's on that.
At the end of it, my head's covered in barbecue sauce. Yeah, I mean, what's his face? What was his name again?
It's the radio guy, right?
Yeah, the radio guy.
Yeah.
The radio guy. Fuck.
That's you, Roland.
Fucking hell.
Windows, was that his name?
I think so.
I think the guy with the semi curly hair,
Thomas.
semi bald.
With the glasses on, right? The CB
that's
operator.
Windows.
Yeah, that's Roland.
Yeah.
He wasn't bald. He had like a fro.
He had a receding hairline for sure.
He had had a
Okay.
receding hairline.
I just remember seeing like
No.
monster hair, but whatever.
You saw what you wanted to see.
Exactly. Always.
You saw the mirror and you're like,
Guys,
no,
you're gonna
I'm gonna
fucking,
alter that.
If you're gonna fucking pigeonhole me into this, I need to make the best of this bullshit. Fuck.
Okay, Daniel, what about your favorite scene in this movie?
Okay, I have a few, and they're actually gonna like merge into my favorite quotes because there weren't a whole lot of quotes in this movie.
No,
that
not
I
at
thought
all.
were like funny, but
Bryan's character had a good quote though.
My first fucking favorite scene was beginning of the movie when McCready's playing the fucking chess game.
Oh.
And he fucking just totally
Chess
like
wizard.
wastes that whole system, calls it like cheating bitch, and then pours his fucking scotch on the fucking like little data cards or whatever they're in the fucking computer at the time.
That's messed
That was fucking funny.
Then I got Palmer, who was another pilot apparently, but he says, "Hey, thanks for thinking about it though." When he gets automatically shut down for like taking them to the fucking Norwegian base, I thought that was hilarious. Then there's the pothead guy who's like, I know how this one ends, and he changes the VHS tape that they're like stuck with.
And lights a monster spliff.
And then and then the dude like was it Childs that woke up and was like, "Hey, give me some of that." Like it was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, it was. He just holds his arm out and waits for him as he's lighting it.
And then my last is when McCready's sitting there with a fucking torch and the thermite threatening to blow the place, and Child's like, "You have to sleep sometime. I'm a real light sleeper, Childs." Like just totally manic. Like, oh, it was so good. And every time, like, I still like, even though I like watched this movie like in the past and like watched it a bunch of times this week, I'm still like, man, McCready is one of the aliens, dude.
I don't know. I mean,
Up until the blood test, but with all the bullshit before that, it's just like, how do you make it back without a guideline?
I mean, he barely made it back. Like, he was pretty pissed about it, wasn't he?
He's a Beyonce survivor. He's not going to give up.
Oh my god! No.
Wow. Quote fucking Beyonce. All right. Okay. See, we talked about.
I just love those scenes. They're like the funny ones of the fucking movie.
We talked about favorite scenes. We talked about some of the special effects. Mine?
Shit, I forgot.
No, I talked about. I kind of mentioned that it's the one where I think you talked about it too, Roland, with where the guy saying, that scene right there. Where all the special effects were like the head's getting pulled off and then it falls slowly down the table. And then
what did you guys think of? I guess like the last form of the alien at the end of the movie where he takes over. What the fuck is the dude's name? But like he bursts out of the ground and like you see all these like tentacles and like a half beast face or whatever before. And then like the dog's body like bursts out of his stomach. Who was that?
You guys remember when they blew up the spaceship?
Oh yeah.
That reminded me of Surf Nazis Must Die.
Surf Nazi. I didn't get to watch that one.
With the fucking grenade rolling for like miles. That felt like the bundle 2 of like thermite just rolling perfectly, and then like spaceship gone.
Didn't they turn a corner too? Like in that tunnel that they went through? Like it's like a corner. So how does he roll it like all the way down?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like Surf Nazis Must Die. Like how did that old bitch like roll a grenade 30 fucking miles, you know? Like
yeah. Works.
The deep questions.
Okay. So how about the soundtrack? Does anyone have anything to say about the soundtrack necessarily? Which isn't much, you know.
I've always dug.
My dude, I actually have to comment on the soundtrack. So you know how I did the notes for the soundtrack. So generally, John Carpenter always does the soundtracks for his movies, but this time the person that scored it was Ennio Morricone.
And who,
Italian.
Yeah, and what else has she?
He's the guy that did The Good,
The
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He's done The Hateful Eight, I think.
The Hateful Eight is actually reused, unused theme tracks, or some of them are. I think 2 or maybe a few are unused. Thing.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's done like a lot of work. He's worked a lot with like really good directors and stuff. So I was really surprised he did the one for The Thing. Like, and it was really good too. But I usually generally like John Carpenter doing the scores for his films.
Yeah, they're
really
always interesting and entertaining.
So like
I love that like synthy, like bassy kind of intro and outro to the fucking movie though. Like that just. And I think it's violated in Mouth of Madness, but one thing that did link, I mean, it's the Carpenter style of like movies, but there was like no real dialogue for like a few minutes of these fucking movies. Like, but there was like spooky shit going on, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the soundtrack for Into the Mouth of Madness. Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, but the whole beginning of the movie, like, no one really talks for.
No, yeah,
it's a hot minute, yeah. And I'm just saying, like, I think, like,
You're right,
in Mouth of Madness, like, that gets broken very early, but, like, Prince of Darkness, like, it's silent for, like, a fucking, like, 5 minutes or some shit. Like, it feels like an eternity for, like, what is not being, like, spoken in this fucking film.
Right.
Speaking of like not speaking like spoken stuff, I like that there's not a lot of exposition on like a lot of things in the movie, like especially like the cast and like
what you don't like exposition. Like I never thought I would meet a santo, a saint.
Reference Only the Strong Cinequest.
Only the Strong, yeah.
There's not really.
Do they ever go into much detail, if any, about like what those guys are actually out there researching?
No, they don't.
No, they don't. No, they don't say anything. It's just like it's like U.S. Antarctic like
a bunch of angry
research
nerds.
team 13 or something like that.
Biologists.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all they say. I think that's great though, because they're just out there, just like.
Which I think you can infer that one dude that they, I can't remember his name, but he was the guy that like towards the end where they're like, when they get in the scene where like there's the gun like Mexican standoff where it's like, oh well, we need to pick a new leader. I think no one would be opposed to you. And then that guy, I think he might have been a geologist because he was there earlier in the movie when they investigated like the UFO crash site. And he's like, oh, well, based on like the rise and da-da-da, I'd say this ice is 100,000 years old or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was Gary. About McKay?
I thought that was Gary.
No, Gary. No, not Gary. No,
when he passed off the gun to, and then like Childs was going to take it, and he's like, oh no, they gave it to McCready.
It's the guy when like Gary's like, hey, I think that like, you know, someone will take the lead, and he says that one guy that like curly headed fuck.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, hey, I think no one would be opposed to you taking over leadership. And the guy's like, I'm not up for it. Norris. Okay. I think his name was Norris.
Yeah, it's Norris. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I think Norris was a geologist, but that's just but you only infer that from the fucking movie. Whereas in the remake, you know pretty much what the fuck everyone else is doing. And also in the other movies, like Prince of Darkness, everyone's like, oh, I'm this nerdy McNerderson from biology, and like, I'm from physics, and
that's why it's completely like it's a far less superior movie in relation to The Thing, because I mean it's a movie that didn't need to be made, and you don't have John Carpenter attached to it, so it's very forgettable.
Prince of Darkness?
No. I'm talking about the remake of The Thing.
Oh, the new thing,
the prequel.
Yeah, I saw it back in 2015. I completely forgot it even existed. I just saw it on one of the streaming services, and it said 2011. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I played it and watched it. I was like, it's okay, but I mean, I'd probably never watch it again.
I think I downloaded it and never watched it.
My eyes were more on my phone than the movie. Like, but like with watching the original thing, like, I pay attention. Like, I'm...
Right.
I'm kind of like still on the edge of my seat. Like I know everything's gonna happen, but I'm still just like, ooh, if that's makes any sense, I guess.
Yeah, but like I want to comment on how like they pick their leaders, and then at the end, McCready is the one that becomes the leader, and I just want to know like why they all
Jedi mind trick. That's how he does it.
Because it's Kurt Russell.
I kind of thought it was because of the hair, because he had the best hair out of all of them. And the most at most.
He was supposed to be rugged and
great hair, sweet beard. What more do you want?
Right.
And how did he get the rights to like burn all the cool stuff?
Yeah, how come he got to carry around the flamethrower?
We just said because he's
like,
Kurt Russell.
All the time. He was never questioned as being like, even though they're all like, OMG, one of us could be the Thing. But
exactly.
Not Kurt Russell. Let's trust him with everything. Let's give him the gun.
I know I was
the military man, and the rest of them were just weak ass nerds. That's why.
But dude, at some point they start like doubting him.
Oh yeah, I mean, when the cook comes in, is like, oh no, I cut him loose, and like he busts in, and they're like, oh no, fuck you, we know it's you or whatever. There's no way, and that's when he makes that like last stand with the dynamite or whatever, and then the stomach mouth guy, what was his name, like passes out, and then that whole scene
he gets
unfolds.
a heart attack.
That was Norris, I think.
Yeah. And then, like, they sort of get back on his side.
Geologists don't live long, I guess.
Right. He's responsible for reunifying the team or whatever, reuniting them in solidarity.
Yeah, I mean, he ties them all up. I guess they let him tie them all up.
I didn't understand one thing. It's like, how did you select that one guy to not be tied up?
I would not be tied up. I'd be like, fuck.
Well, I mean, he had the dynamite and the gun.
Well, no, but there's that one guy, like, and everyone else is cool with it. They're like, oh, hey, a little dude over here, like, The rest of y'all have been tied up, but like not him.
Well,
they tried to overpower.
You remember that scene?
Overpower McCready, and it didn't work.
Well, you remember that scene where he was that guy? One guy's like, "I'm not going to be tied up," and he's like, points the gun to his head. He's like, "I'll kill you," and he's like.
Yeah, he's like,
he's like, oh, you're serious, and then the other guy comes off to the side, and he just pops him in the fucking head, you know?
Pops him in the head. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't fuck with McCready.
Yeah,
Snake Plissken, man.
You don't fuck.
He's like
Kurt Russell.
He escaped L.A., New York.
But I gotta say that ending scene was really good, though. You know, because there's just literally no hope. They're just gonna freeze
and
to
you
death.
don't know if fucking Childs isn't like a creature or not, or if Kurt Russell is at that point.
Yeah, they're still the mistress.
Right.
But what else can they do?
But they're like
one
yeah,
or both of them to go to sleep and get discovered by a rescue team, and then let the apocalypse happen.
Hooray.
So each movie in the series, so there's always doom and gloom is happening to the human race.
Yeah, that's pretty much
the first two movies just leave that kind of in question. Whereas, in the Mouth of Madness, it's explicit.
Right.
Yeah, that's very true.
How's he?
Okay. If anyone else has anything to add, I think we can go through our ratings now. Let me see here. On IMDb, the movie is set at an 8.1 out of 10. So one of the better rated horror movies of all time,
Particularly because it has some antiquity to it now.
Even to this day,
it's almost 30 years old. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, even to this day, people will still watch it and still pretty impressed with the movie itself, the special effects, the acting, because they all top tier actors here.
Yeah, they all did a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
John Carpenter knows how to cast
the dogs.
his people.
Sorry, almost
even
40
the dogs.
The dogs were really good.
Dogs are fantastic actors.
Oh, the fucking dogs are so that still the graphics associated with those dogs looked amazing, and also the little pooches they had on set, they were well behaved little doggies. It's if I believe that dogs, apart from professionally trained motherfuckers like that existed, it's I could get a dog, but apart from that, fuck dogs.
God damn. We like dogs here at Mocha Studios. We are very fans of dogs.
Cats are
cool too. Don't get me wrong. I like cats too.
Critters in general.
Yeah, sure. Little animals with 4 legs, not insects. Yeah.
Fuck chihuahuas. Those things are garbage.
Okay, so if you all ever get a chance to, I would suggest, if this is of interest to you, to watch the making of The Thing on YouTube. It's there.
Oh,
available.
it's awesome.
And it's fucking amazing. It's fucking
such a cool fucking watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Do they talk to everybody?
Yeah. It's actually the special features from the actual DVDs.
Yeah.
And it's just on YouTube now, so you can watch that.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. How you were joking before about the chicken wings and the barbecue sauce, Idanya, they do stuff like that. They'll use they'll use stuff they'll use spaghetti or tomato sauce or just silly shit like that.
I know the blood looked like ketchup too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You use whatever you can to get the shot.
And they, it worked, man.
Okay, so as far as ratings are concerned, I want to start with our returning podcasters. I'm gonna go with Ron first. Ron, what do you give this 1 out of 5?
1 out of 5?
Yeah.
4. You gotta give it 4.
Solid 4.
Solid 4.
Any reasoning for that?
No. It's really good. It's a really good movie.
You don't really watch horror movies too often, do you, Ron?
No, I don't. I'm not really big horror. I'll watch them if they're good, like this one, and I like this one a lot. But yeah, a 4.
Awesome. Okay. Daniel, what do you give The Thing? 1 out of 5.
Well,
you know. No, actually, it's a pretty good rating. I would give it a 4. And honestly, like in all honesty, I would love to see this trilogy be released on Criterion because I think it's pretty up there with like the special effects, the design.
Idanya and Ron, since y'all are part of like the Criterion Crew, could you like educate me as to like what a movie needs to like hit Criterion like quality? Because I thought it was like some sort of like explicit series or like silly like artsy fartsy thing, but then RoboCop's on there, so then I wonder like what it takes for like a movie to be like Criterion quality. So like, could y'all elucidate that for me, please? Like,
shut up, Brutus.
My dude, the thing with Criterion is that yes, it is exclusive. It's mostly like a lot of artsy, contemporary, like classic.
Yeah, because like
films.
I have not listened to the stuff y'all have like, but I've like looked at the synopses for like the films that most of the Criterion Crew goes through, and then there's RoboCop on that.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like when we started doing the podcast for the Criterion Collection, it was mostly talking about films that shouldn't be in the collection, yet they still are. I know that RoboCop and Armageddon are part of them, but they haven't gotten
Armageddon,
re-released.
really? Okay.
Yeah, Michael Bay. And I know that Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me is part of the Criterion Collection as well, and it's David Lynch, but it has a really low rating. And so that's probably like my big shock. And also Salo is considered an art film, and it's also part of the Criterion Collection. It has low rating too. So it's like back and forth, you know, it's never really settled.
It's usually
so are there like, you know, like 3 like metrics like writ large that would make a movie Criterion worthy that y'all could like just pull your pocket?
I mean, I wouldn't think like a legit when they put 3 things looking for. I mean, because it's Criterion. I think it's just movies that are like, I guess some people or the house don't really like them.
These dogs are very distracting.
Yeah, you're cutting off a little bit too, Ron.
And that too, Ron.
Can they hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Well, I hear the dog.
We hear you, but we mostly hear the mic.
They can hear. They can hear us. We're just not recording. I don't think. I muted the mics on our end. Like to recording.
I would say this movie would count, like the technical aspect, the effects, like each shot of, especially that like autopsy scene, is a different like a different practical effect. Like, I would say on that aspect alone that it would qualify, or I wouldn't be against it being on it, I guess, if that would.
But like, you cut off a little bit during your discussion there, but like what? Okay, so I guess maybe like reversing the question, like not what makes a movie Criterion worthy, but like why would like The Thing and its cohort be considered like Criterion worthy?
Because I think they have a really good message behind them. Like also, like I said, the special effects are really well done. The plot's really well written, and so is the dialogue.
Something that's critical to the Criterion, like criteria.
Yes.
How bougie.
Technical aspect of like all the shots look really good. Lighting in this movie. I think it's like a larger aspect ratio. I'm off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
This passes Criterion.
Okay, so you guys are just talking about stuff I don't understand like or know anything about. Yeah.
Like, I feel like
we love the smell of our film farts. Yes. I'm just being fucking stupid, but that's cool.
Okay, so Daniel, what do you give this rating?
Fuck.
I dropped my phone on the table. But, I give this 4.5 childs.
4.5 childs.
Okay. That's
okay.
I was trying to think of something to use for that.
You can go with McReady's.
Yeah, but I think Childs was a real hero.
Okay, what about you, Roland? What do you give this rating?
I fucking love this movie. Like I've always loved this movie since I was little. I just thought it was the coolest shit. Anytime it was on TV,
give it a 2.5.
Yeah, right. Negative 2.5. No, I'll give it a 4. For Norse things or whatever. How does it get any better than an amputee getting his hired to get his hands bit off on camera? That's
it's fantastic, isn't it? I love amputees on film.
Is it feel good in the lips?
That guy's fake and he doesn't have arms. Yeah. So I'll give it 4.
Yeah, how does he know what that pain would be like?
Right. Is it real? My immersion is ruined.
All right.
Taking me out of it.
As for me, I'm going to give it a solid 5 out of 5. This is one of my top 10 horror movies of all time.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, we did our horror top 10 horror movies back in 2018. And this was on, I don't remember what number this was, but this was on my top 10. It is one of my favorite horror movies. I watch it all the time, and it's just one of my favorites. I go to it all the time.
I want to see it in 4K, damn it.
Oh, I mean, seeing it in better quality would obviously be really cool. I do own the DVDs. I would like to get all of these on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
This collection here. I do have the cases for The Thing and Prince of Darkness, but In the Mouth of Madness, I lost a long time. The case I lost a long time ago, so I'm just with the DVD on its own, and I don't like that. So hopefully, I can get all these on Blu-ray again. Man. But the 5 out of 5 for me. I love this movie from beginning to end, and I love the trilogy. So again, we will explore the rest of the movies for the next February and March. And as far as the themes for our second CineQuest, though, we are going through horror trilogies in general.
First line of the movie, because I thought that set a tone for the entire fucking film. Does anyone remember that when, before he says cheating bitch, the first thing he says to the fucking dude is "Are you giving up already?" or something like that?
I don't remember.
Finally losing it.
Yeah, it was something kind of ominous. And you think of the concept of the movie, it was a really brilliant line, I think. And also cheating bitch, because if you think about that, alien was a cheating bitch,
Okay.
All right.
Replicating shit, hiding as the peoples. It's nonsense.
Okay, so I hope you all are excited to delve into the other two movies.
Rules, man.
This movie's badass. I love it.
In the Mouth of Madness is better, but this movie rules.
Agreed.
Interesting.
Yeah, most people aren't even aware of In the Mouth of Madness, but I would recommend that anyone check that out as well. But I guess we're gonna end this episode here now.
Just to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I will do our normal promotion shit on another time without the dog in the background, but I will just say. We'll see you next time, and stay tuned for the next CineQuest, which is going to be. This is Ron who gave me the suggestion, and I think it's a very good one. And celebrating John Carpenter, we're going to do Big Trouble in Little China for our best worst villains segments. So if y'all don't know, Big Trouble in Little China,
and his good hair,
Lo Pan,
all that good hair, man,
all
better
that
than
great
hair.
Muscle T, that's fucking amazing. And all right, so I am your host Ray, signing off. I have in studio Bryan.
Am I still muted?
No, you're not.
Oh, well, bye, y'all.
And then we have Roland.
Yep. Hey, what's up?
Daniel. This is looking like we're starting the fucking episode again. Idanya.
Laters, y'all.
And Ron.
Here's part 2 of the thing where we talk about other movies that don't relate to this at all. And
the porn special.
We found it,
going
guys.
to porn titles.
Ron, I don't think we heard you.
One mic keeps like, yeah. See you guys later.
All right.
See you, dude.
Hopefully we'll see you all
See
next
ya.
time. And signing off.